Hi, I'm Karl Konrad and welcome to the October edition of Australian Immigration News. Today I'll be discussing the relaxing of the borders and travel permission and what impact this will have on visa processing for those offshore. Also the new agricultural visa starting soon, Queensland's delay in opening its sponsorship program, changes to the adult migration English programs, and New Zealand's 160,000 migrant bonus for those who are already living there. Will Australia follow suit? During the COVID-19 pandemic, it has been a frustrating experience to determine what visas the Immigration Department are processing and what visas they are not. Now, with the borders set to open soon, let's take a look at what we can expect. The Prime Minister's office announced that when Australia reaches Step 3 of the Roadmap to a COVID-safe Australia, cross-Tasman and Pacific Islander travel will be on the cards, along with international students travelling to Australia from various locations. It would seem from this information that student visas for offshore applicants will be processed along with a variety of other visas from those in New Zealand and the Pacific Islands. It is not clear whether this will include processing of tourist visas from these locations, but hopefully it will. Of course, it does not mean you can fly into any state of Australia because that will depend upon each individual state or territory to decide. And it's obvious though that New South Wales will be the first to open its borders in Step 3. South Australia is keen to get international students back, so they may open some limited opportunities to make this happen during Step 3. With regard to working holiday visas and visitor visas and other types of temporary resident visas, it is unlikely to begin happening until sometime next year. The department will therefore not begin the processing of visas unless it is of a type where the entry to Australia on these visas is approved. Overall, there's been a significant delay in processing with visa applications due to the pandemic, and it'll be quite a while before things get back to the way they used to be. In this regard, some overseas processing sections have been hit harder than others due to the pandemic, and possible backlog of applications will occur. Those who already hold certain visas such as the 489, 491 and 482 visas, hopefully this will mean that you can come back during Step 3. The new agricultural visa is becoming a reality with the laws now in place and the general phases of the program are planned. In Phase 1, a small number of visa holders will come to Australia and be sponsored by the employers who are already approved under the Pacific Australia Labour Mobility Scheme, otherwise known as the PALM scheme. It is expected to occur between the end of this year and March 2022. In Phase 2, set to begin in April 2022, there will be an increase in the numbers and more employers will be able to join the scheme. The details of how many will unfold in due course depending upon the smooth introduction of Phase 1. The Australian Agricultural Visa Program will be managed by the Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade, leveraging its experience in managing the successful PALM scheme. The Department of Home Affairs will process all the visa and sponsorship applications as well as provide operational support with the Australian Border Force to ensure the ongoing visa integrity. As yet, there's no list of approved countries to participate in this program, but that will be here in due course. Even when this list does eventuate, no doubt many more countries may be added with time. Stay tuned to our Facebook page where we will release the country list as soon as it happens. In line with the Queensland Government's COVID-19 hermit mentality, the sponsorship guidelines for the 491 and 190 visa have yet to be released. I decided to call the manager of the processing centre to see what's going on and why the delay. Not much luck there, but the website has dropped the reference to September and now it's just saying it's opening soon. Stay tuned for the next month's edition for an update. Last month, we discussed the future changes to the partner visa applicants having to meet functional level of English. Now it seems that everyone can get in the act to learn English with the Adult Migrant English program offering unlimited hours of classes until you can reach the functional level of English. Well, you do need to be a permanent resident and or hold a provisional visa such as the 489, 491 or 820 visa to join in. Bring the kids along too, and during the classes you get free childcare at the centre. Make a day of it, pack a lunch, park the kids in the daycare and have a break from them while you learn English. Hell, you might even keep failing the test and make a weekly community event of it as well. Spread the word to your friends and bring them too. It's all for a good cause to improve the community's English levels. Last week it was reported the New South Wales government has been urged to push for a huge increase in skilled migration to let a further 2 million skilled migrants into Australia. Recently, New Zealand has already taken a proactive step towards a similar approach by allowing 160,000 temporary resident visas to apply for permanent residency just because they're already there. If you didn't hear that bombshell, you must have been sitting on Mars. Fantastic news for those living in New Zealand, and it's even better than the generous offer that Canada made for its frontline medical workers last year. So we put in a request to the Prime Minister's office to see if he was considering a similar plan for Australia's temporary residents. Hold on, he's sitting down. Looks like we've just received a fax from the department. Hey, there's nothing on this. ScoMo, this is not very funny. Oh well, it's Christmas, so anything's still possible. On that hopeful note, make sure you find out what's moving and shaking in the migration world of Australia by tuning into our next edition of Australian Immigration News in November. By then, hopefully Queensland will be open, the countries will be listed for the agricultural visa, and who knows, will Australia match New Zealand's fantastic generous offer? Need help? Book a time to chat with us regarding all your visa inquiries. We're available through Skype, Zoom and the telephone, and you can book a time by visiting our website at australiavisa.com. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook to get additional updates as they happen. As always, take care out there and I'll see you next time. So bye for now.